Welcome to another edition of Knights TV. Spencer Burke alongside Kyle Grimard. Kyle, a very busy week for London. Some trades, some games. Let's get right into it. Kicking things off was Thursday night's road contest against the Niagara Ice Dogs, where London came away with a big 5-4 overtime win.
Yeah, it was huge, and it started in the third period being down 4-2, and Nathan Dunkley being the catalyst for this one, not only scoring the game-tying goal with just over 7 minutes to go in the third, but eventually scoring the game-winning goal with 7 seconds to go in overtime, capping the win. Dunkley has been a catalyst for this team really throughout the entire season so far.
Yeah, and he's up to a point per game, pretty much what he's been primarily throughout his OHL career, providing some great leadership to this Knights group. Connor McMichael picked up another 2 helpers in this one to continue his fantastic campaign, and a couple rookies showed up as well.
Yeah, led by Antonio Stranges once again picking up 2 assists, but Matvei Guskov scoring a goal as well as Sahil Panwar. He notched his 3rd of the season in this one. Nice to see the rookies scoring on the team.
Well, the Knights were back in action on Friday, taking on the Sioux Greyhounds, but earlier in the day, London made a huge splash as they went out and acquired one of the top forwards in the Ontario Hockey.
Yeah, big splash indeed. They acquired forward Kevin Hancock from the Owen Sound Attack in exchange for defenseman Andrew Parrott and a 3rd-round selection in 2019. Hancock comes over to London with 31 goals and 31 assists, sitting 3rd in the Ontario Hockey League in scoring. This is going to be massive for the London Knights down the stretch. He is going to bolster that already impressive forward group.
Yeah, and it didn't take long for Hancock to make his presence felt. He picked up a beautiful power play goal in this one. He also added a helper. The Knights eventually lost 5-4 in this contest in overtime. They still picked up a big point, but here was Hancock after his first game as a member of the London Knights.
Yeah, I mean, it felt great, especially getting that tying goal there. I mean, it was huge for us at the time. Unfortunately, we didn't get the result that we wanted.
Yeah, moving on, the Knights hosted a rare Tuesday matchup against the Guelph Storm. It was a Hall of Fame game for the inaugural induction into the Don Brankley Hall of Fame. Among the inductees were 6 members from the London Knights, and those include the likes of Walt McKechnie, Dennis Marouk, Dave Lowry, who unfortunately wasn't in attendance, but there was a very touching moment up on the Jumbotron before the game, Tim Taylor, Chris Taylor, and Robbie Schrempf.
Yeah, it really is amazing what legendary trainer Don Brankley was able to do for this London Knights franchise. But moving on, Evan Bouchard, Adam Boquist, this was their first game back since returning from the World Juniors, and the Knights, they jumped out to a good start in this one. They were leading 3-2 after 40 minutes of play, but Guelph came out firing on all cylinders in the third before eventually taking it to the Knights by a final score of 7-5.
Yeah, ultimately in that game in the third period, it was 2 goals in 34-second span that jumped Guelph from a 3-2 deficit to a 4-3 lead, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the period. Guelph also got a lot better over the last couple of days, acquiring a lot of very talented players on that roster. It's going to be very interesting to see these 2 teams match up down the stretch this season.
But looking ahead, the Knights have another 3-game slate this weekend.
Yeah, it all kicks off Friday at home against the Saginaw Spirit, and then it gets interesting on Saturday, a huge matchup against the Ottawa 67s, the East Division leading Ottawa 67s too, before the Knights head out on the road for a 5-game road trip. That all starts Sunday in Kitchener against the Rangers.
For Knights TV, I'm Spencer Burke.
And I'm Kyle Grimard.